Hi, my name is Greg Gamble, and I'm a landscape architect and land planner. I'm a consultant for Madison Capital. Madison Capital owns approximately 5.5 acres located right here at the corner of I-65 and Goose Creek Bypass. Well, the design policy in Envision Franklin for this corner is regional commerce. And under regional commerce, the intent for future development is to include high intensity activity uses, major employment and revenue generators, and provide a mixture of housing options, a vibrant place to live, work, and play. In Envision Franklin, a mixture of housing types is encouraged. A mixture of uses are encouraged. Residential multifamily is supported under the regional commerce design policy, as well as office and retail uses. This shows you the concept plans that are currently in place for Berry Farms Town Center, In-N-Out Burger, the Williamson Ag Center. So you can kind of get a sense of the activities that are starting to form here. The Chadwell Master Plan, though it has expired, we do anticipate some type of development pattern that would be consistent with both regional commerce and the neighborhood mixed use policy areas. Madison Capital is currently under construction with a self-storage facility located right off of Old Paytonsville Road. And that use is certainly supported within the design concept of regional commerce. We are requesting a revision to Envision Franklin, or to add a special consideration for this property here along the front. We're proposing to develop this corner with a multifamily residential building, two buildings. And for the special consideration that we would like to add in Envision Franklin, it would state for the property located east of 5 Mile Creek, south of 5 Mile Crossing, north of Goose Creek Bypass, and west of Interstate 65, a standalone multifamily development is appropriate along the frontage of Goose Creek Bypass and Interstate 65 frontage due to restricted access from Goose Creek Bypass. The proximity to commercial uses and the availability of pedestrian infrastructure to the Berry Farms Town Center retail and office uses. The maximum height for a standalone multifamily building in this location should be 6 stories. Right now, the zoning for this property is Regional Commerce 12, which would allow for a 12-story building. The access is very limited to this property. As you can see here by this cul-de-sac, there is access to a good pedestrian network of sidewalks along Goose Creek Bypass, Greenway Trail through Berry Farms, and it's an easy walk to get to Publix and Tito's and a lot of the restaurants that are there in Berry Farms. We are working through architectural ideas and elevations. Obviously, style and the character would be in keeping with what's developed at Berry Farms. We have some artistic renderings of what some of the buildings might look like if they sat on this corner here with brick and hardy board finishes. And our next step is to present to the City of Franklin Planning Commission on December the 12th. And I'm happy to answer any questions that anybody may have. Hi, Alderman Berger, thanks for joining us late. If you need me to step back and go through anything, I will. We're asking for a special consideration to be included with the regional commerce design policy for this property that's approximately 4 acres right on the corner of I-65 and Goose Creek Bypass.
In terms of noise abatement or anything, just being that close to the interstate, would there typically be those sound deadening walls or extra landscaping, or what would you envision there?
I would see something like that. I don't know for sure. That's a great question. We haven't gotten that far into the design of the buildings at this point. We're focused on use, but I do know at Jameson Station, they did add sound abatement in the building next to the railroad tracks, and it's been very successful. Yeah, that interstate can get kind of loud, can't it, Nick? Well, thank y'all very much for joining our meeting. We will be emailing this to the city of Franklin. They're going to post it on their website, and you'll be able to share it with neighbors if you'd like to.
Greg, could you email that to me too?
I sure will. Yeah. No
Yeah,
problem.
yeah, I'm familiar with this, but I just wanted to double check it.
You got it. I'll
All
send
right.
it. Okay.
Yep. Thanks.
Thank you.